Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a good Diwali vacations. Now you're going to go back to Java and obviously the coding part of it. What we are going to do for the next 1 month is to talk about certain concepts from advanced Java. What we have discussed so far in the course, most of it you can say contributes to core Java, which are the essentials of Java. Now we'll be using them to look at some of the concepts which are specific to Java. The concepts that we have seen so far, most of them were related to object oriented programming, and it can be any object oriented programming, not just Java. But now we'll be talking about Java specific concepts. And one of the most important things that we'll be seeing in this 1 month is to deal with or create graphical user interfaces, which is also pretty interesting because you can create something which is you can say more appealing, right? So for the next 1 month we'll be talking about certain advanced concepts like wrappers, generic classes, exception handling, etc. But our coding for those concepts will be essentially based on graphical user interfaces. So we'll be creating such kind of applications which are GUI. So you should understand how to make these GUI applications because that is what most of the end users are going to use. That said, you see, most of the works that you have also done with your computer are essentially graphical user interfaces in nature, right? The entire operating system, right? You have a mouse, you can drag and drop, you have icons and folders. That is sort of very easy to use, very user friendly. That's the idea behind GUI. That said, learning CLI and knowing command lines is very important for you, especially as AI students. Uh, so when you use CLI, so you will realize that there are certain things which you can do very quickly with command line. If you were to do the same things with drag and drop and clicking, etc., it will take you a lot of time. As an example, let's say you want to create at once, for some reason, 100 files in a folder, right? So GUI will take you right clicking 100 times and creating 100 files. However, if you are comfortable with shell programming or even Python programming or even some other language, you can create those files with a small piece of code. There are expert programmers who are very fast in coding because when they code, they are using CLI and they are so well aware of all the keyboard shortcuts that they don't even have to touch their mouse while working. So it increases your performance drastically. Apart from faster coding, if you want to use a supercomputer, so you are going to design some machine learning and AI applications tomorrow, which are going to be based on a whole lot of data. So oftentimes the data is so big that you cannot crunch it with the limited RAM available on your own system, or the algorithms themselves might be so heavy that you cannot execute them on your laptop. So you need systems with higher processing power, more memory, something like a DGX or HPC. Some of you might have used them. We have all those systems available in our university. The point is, when you use those systems, you are not given a GUI. You cannot sit in front of a system and use drag and drop. You are given a remote login, and everything that you can communicate, interact, or make that system do is with the help of command line. So command line is something which you should be comfortable with. GUI is for, you can say, for the computer novices. You see, very much like if you purchase a car, you are not an automobile engineer, so you are not expected to know how the engines work, but they should know it. And it is their job that they make the car easy to use for you. So it's the same thing. You should know all the internals of your machine and the softwares and everything. But for the end users, you should give them a graphical user interface so that it's easy for them to use. So we'll see now how to build such systems. We have certain predefined packages in Java to do this. Two of the most popular packages are AWT, Abstract Windowing Toolkit, and Swing. AWT was one of the first attempts by Java developer to give their users capability to create GUI. It came in around 1990s. It had certain problems. Since it was the first attempt, obviously it was going to have some drawbacks. So one was it was quite heavyweight software. So heavyweight means it would use a lot of resources of your computer system, and it was also platform dependent. Now platform dependent here means, so what happened is most of the components of this AWT, they were tied with your operating systems. So whatever window you would see, whatever frame you would see, they were actually inherited from the operating system. So if you are running an application on Windows, it will appear like something else. If you do the same thing on Linux or Mac, it will appear like something else depending on the operating system on which you are writing the code. So all those things were corrected for in Swings. Also, Swings are lightweight, platform independent. Additionally, they have more number of components. We also have a more advanced library than Swing, which is Java FX. But again, ultimately, you see, Swing is based on AWT, it is built on AWT, and then Java FX is built on both of these. So we'll take a middle ground here and we will explore Swings. You will see that a lot of classes in this package Swing are actually inherited from AWT classes. We will see as we move ahead and do more of coding. Let's start with some GUI and see how we make use of this AWT and Swings to create some really nice applications. So this is the first session where we are talking about GUI. I am going to keep it extremely simple, and we'll develop some very basic GUI in this session for now, but still we'll do pretty much of interesting things. So I plan to keep these videos like slightly not so long. So our coding, it starts from the next video.